Good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for attending the third of our virtual advisor roadshows. It's a pleasure for us today to have two great sessions, one talking specifically about managed accounts and the research that surrounds them, and I'll introduce Martin Morris from Praemium in a moment or two. And secondly, today, Andrew Bradley, a partner at Minters, to talk about lessons which we might take from other professions as financial advice professionalisers. But before I ask our two presenters to speak, let me just say a little about a couple of things which reflect how IMAP has adjusted its world to address coronavirus and COVID-19. Firstly, and most importantly, the awards. We normally hold these in the first quarter of the year and have the awards ceremony in June. This year, because of the ban on meeting physically, we've moved the awards ceremony to the 27th of August, and that's enabled us to move the entries to the 26th of June, submission date to the 26th of June. I'd encourage you, if you're involved in managing portfolios in a managed account context, to consider entering the awards, whether in the asset class sectors or as licensees, and I'm particularly keen on the licensee category, or as innovation. And in fact, Martin from Praemium were the winners of the innovation category last year. A couple of upcoming events for next week for us as we all move to a virtual world. The Portfolio Management Group, that's our invitation-only group for those who work within licensees or work with licensees to develop and build portfolios. Portfolio Management Group is meeting next week with BlackRock, talking about what this period of volatility in world markets has meant for ETFs. There was a lot of speculation, early this year, in January, that in the event of a crisis or a meltdown, ETFs in the US particularly wouldn't cope. Well, now we are living that. And this is an opportunity for those of you who are actively involved in putting portfolios together to really drill in detail with the world's largest ETF issuer on what this has actually meant for the construction and operation of ETFs. Those are very interactive sessions, unlike these webinars, which involve many, many people. That's a small group, and it's an interactive one. And then the next day on the 29th, Lonsec are talking, fortunately, about managing volatility. Deanne Baker from Lonsec, who's responsible for portfolio management construction, will talk about how they approach volatility. You will all, those of you who registered for the live roadshows will have received a menu log voucher for $50, and we'd like to thank our sponsors for facilitating that. Now on the screen, you'll see a Slido QR code. Take a photograph of that or download it on your phone if you're watching by phone. There's a question today which really addresses a point which came out of one of yesterday's sessions. Both Paul Barrett on Monday and Jonathan Hoyle yesterday and Lisa Fuentes yesterday spoke about the increasing specialisation in advice and advice businesses. We'd like your views on specialisation and what it means to your practice. So feel free to answer the poll at any stage. If you have questions for either of our presenters, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a Q&A icon. If you roll your mouse down to the bottom of the screen, you'll see a Q&A icon. Type in your question, it'll pop up, and I'll moderate